we decided to come out here and drop the tank on this van. Y'all have not seen this van yet, but I ended up getting this van about a week and a half ago. I found it on Marketplace, and you know, I had talked about my new van, saying that I wanted to put a pop top on it or a raised roof. I found this van that already has the raised roof on it, and I was able to get this van at a price cheaper than I would have ever been able to find a roof. So what we're going to be able to do, which is actually a good thing too, because now we've actually got a pattern. When we take this roof off, we'll know exactly how it's attached and exactly how big to cut the hole in the roof of that van. But this van only has 101,000 miles on it, and the guy said it needed a fuel pump in it. And I don't think the fuel pump is running, but I think the pickup is bad in the tank because you can hear the pump running. But we've poured gas down in the throttle body. It kept the motor running, and the motor runs great. So I had tossed around the idea of putting a LS in my van, but if this motor runs as good as I think it does with only 102,000 miles on it, I'm gonna stick with this motor. And this is what we're doing now. We're gonna drop the tank, see if we can get it running, run it long enough to make sure the oil pressure holds up, make sure it doesn't get hot. And we're gonna use this motor and stick it in my van for the trip down to Florida we were talking about in a couple of weeks. So Seth and I are gonna drop the tank on this to see if we can figure out why it's not getting fuel up to the throttle body, get it running. And if the motor runs good, we'll probably, when we get done with the gray matter, we'll probably start jerking this motor out and get it ready to go in my van. So we can get to the access the top of it.
No, you're all the way there. You're on the jack.
That's fine. It'll be fine right there.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
What?
They attached those stupid idiots that put the daggone wheelchair lift in, attached the clamp
Yeah.
that holds all the lines to the corner of the gas tank.
Nice.
I mean, what kind of idiot does that?
To show you what he's talking about, look. All those lines are attached.
Yeah, this van has a wheelchair lift in it. So the company that put all the lines, the cables and stuff together, they attached the clamp to the corner of the gas tank. Man, who would ever attach something to a gas tank?
Oh, man.
I guess a wheelchair lift company. We dropped the tank. We think we could hear the fuel pump running in the tank, but it wasn't picking up any fuel. So we pulled the fuel pump out. I thought maybe it was broke off or something, but it looks fine. So we've got the pump just hanging there in the tank away from it. We're just gonna turn the switch on and see if the pump's running.
All right. So you go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now what? I don't know. And I guess maybe there's something running. Not close.
I never would have thought you had to beat on injection like you would a needle and seat in a carburetor.
Sometimes a hammer and stuff is the best medicine. That is not the proper way to do your fuel pump.
I guess so. Yeah, it's rolling. Oh, nope, not sliding. Sliding. Definitely sliding. All right.
Goodness, dude.
She's dragging a tad.
All the time.
All right. You good? You good? You good? Oh! What's today's date, by the way?
Today's date is January the 7th.
January the 7th.
January the 7th.
Freeze for All is January 19th through the 22nd. So
Through the 22nd in Orlando. Well, it's not Orlando, Florida, but it's right out of Orlando, Florida. But Orlando Street Bands is putting that on. Josh down there with Boogaloo Van. Just a cool guy. Great, absolutely great bunch of guys. Seth, I'm sure, will probably put a link to their site in this video. Y'all go check them out. Just a bunch of cool guys down there. So we're gonna go down there and spend the weekend with them if we get everything together and everything goes right. So
but we've got till the 19th to swap an engine.
we've got to the 19th to swap an engine, get the parts in for gray matter, get it going, get the customer in here. Supposed to be coming in either the 15th, 16th, or 17th to pick up gray matter. Get that thing gone and make sure he's on the road, good to go, and then head out the morning of the 19th, headed down to Freeze for All. So we've got
7th, 19th.
we've got
Quick
just,
math.
not quite 2 weeks.
Not quite
2
2
weeks to get it done. So it's just kind of like. This is kind of like back in the old racing days when you had to get the stuff ready to hit the trailer and go to the race the next morning. So we're gonna be thrashing and trying to get some stuff done here. Ivan looks absolutely thrilled about
Oh, good. Just listening to the plans unfold.
it.
Trying to think.
Yeah.
Trying to.
It's not like we don't have anything else to do.
Huh.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, just throw in an engine swap. And then once we get that swap, we got to do some shakedown it to make sure it makes an 11-hour trip down to Orlando. So
It's a lot of swapping. And
it's a lot of swapping and checking. Yeah.
going on.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
But mostly this. Honestly.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's going to be something wonky on this van when it goes down to Orlando. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done too. We got it out, but it fought us a little bit. It's pulling the motor out of a van is not quite as easy as it is pulling it out of a truck or any other thing. We've pulled them out of the bottom, we've pulled them out of the front, and honestly, I don't think any one is any harder or any worse than the other. It's aggravating having to pull the whole front off of the van, I know that, so I think we would prefer to pull them out the bottom the way we just did that, but it's still not easy, it's not fun. It's just not fun. It ain't
And
much I can say about it.
we got to do it again.
Yeah, we got to do it again. We'll pull, and it didn't take us long. We probably, what do you think, 3 hours maybe?
Yeah,
3 hours it took us. It's just aggravating, and it's just this right here. This tears me up. If somebody out there knows how to pull an engine without getting your shop floor dirty and messy with all the fluid and water, please let me know. I've been doing this so many years, and I can't say how many engines I've pulled out of vehicles, and I've not figured out how to do it without getting your shop floor dirty. I don't think it's possible. And a small block Chevrolet, my gosh, I believe it holds 65 gallons of water. You can get every bit of it out of it, and it's still going to be some in it when you go pull the motor out. But anyway, it is what it is.
Hercules. Oh, no, can't do it. I can't pull it.
I think I've about decided, of course y'all seen this van, told you about it. I think I'm about decided, I think I am just going to pull the motor out the front, because honestly, it's been a while since I've done one. I just do it just to see. I think it'll be, this one doesn't have quite as much stuff on it as the other van did. It's not as new of a van, so I've got to pull the radiator out anyway, because I think I'm going to use that radiator. So we'll pull the front off of it. Get the motor out, and I can actually explain how we pull them out with this little room if you got in there. It's real tight under there to get the cherry picker up in there and to come over the top of the way the bumper mounts to get it out. But we'll give it a shot, see what happens, and maybe we won't get it done today, but maybe we can have the thing running tomorrow afternoon if everything goes good. Maybe clean the shop up. I know y'all probably saw the shop. It's terrible. It is in a terrible mess, but that's what happens when you get all pumped up and get to doing stuff and got several things going on and you try to get it all done at once. You cleaning gets kind of put to the side. So anyway, I think I'm gonna Seth's got to go up there and fill out some thank y'all what I'm getting ready to say here. We've had several orders for shirts and stickers, and they're going all over the world, all over the country, and man, we really appreciate that. Y'all keep ordering. Seth's getting ready to go up there now and go through the orders that we got last night so we can get everything ready to ship it out tomorrow. Again, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep commenting. I try to get up every morning and answer all the comments. We appreciate it. We appreciate the support. I mean, it's I hope we can keep delivering for you and you keep enjoying what you see. So we're going to try to keep doing that. We're going to keep doing that. And I keep saying it over and over. We got a lot of good ideas for this year, and hopefully we can get it all out there to you. So just like I said, just keep watching and keep subscribing, liking, and sharing, and just telling everybody about it. We appreciate it.
Oh, gosh, that was loud. Why did this thing need that?
Woo! I guess it was probably an alarm. They probably put an alarm on it.
Yeah, I guess. It got my attention. Was going to put it on the lift, but lo and behold, right where our lift arm needs to go, there's the biggest catalytic converter GM ever made hanging off the side.
Yeah, I know how big those things. They actually bring good money too.
Yeah.
And that one's gonna bring some money because it ain't going back on here.
Heck no. Well, here we go.
Look at that. See that right there? See what that is? When they put that, they do that on the engines too. What that's on there for?
If
Get out removed. If it gets hot, it's made to come off. If it gets more, gets temperature. So they can't go back and say, "Hey, the transmission messed up." And they go look at that. If that's gone, that means they ran it hot. So
that's cool.
and they did the same thing on the engines too. They'll put little things like that on the engine. If it runs hot, you go like that. We about got everything undone on the bottom to pull it out. And I think I had said something about it. In a van, it's so tight with the way the cowl is, the area you have to come through because you have to lift the oil pan up over top of this cross member. And see the way the motor mounts do, they have to come up. You have to lift it up high enough across that, over that. Well, sometimes with a cherry picker in there, it just, there's not enough room to lift it up high enough. So the last one I did, I went on and undid the motor mounts from the frame piece, the cross member here. There's 3 holes that hold it in. So what we're going to do now, since it's up in the air, I don't know that we'll have to do that. We're going to go ahead and take the bolts out, clean them up, and put them back in there. Then that way, once it's on the ground, if we do have to take them back out, they'll be good and clean, and we can almost do it by hand. It'll just make it easier if that's something that we have to do. And that's just kind of a tip, I guess, if you want to use it in the future, if you ever swap the motor into one. It should pull it forward.
Oh, swinging free. You're up against it. Well,
That was the motor mount.
No, it's got transmissions.
Jacked up with flying.
Yeah, transmission's right dead where it's supposed to. Yep.
I don't know. I like that better or not.
Yeah.
I don't think I do, honestly. I think I'd rather take out the bolts and drop it
It may
and then
be.
go back with it. At least you know you're working with bigger components.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you got to take off. It's all the bolts.
I mean, either way sucks. I'm thinking with the way, just to give us more room with components, just get all the stuff off the front of the motor and just put it all back together once it's in the van. Since nothing's up in front anyway, we should be able to get to everything right there.
All right. But that's going to happen after lunch.
Absolutely.
You want to let this down so it won't fall while we're gone?
I'd like for it to fall. Yeah.
I can make it fall right now.
Yeah, let it down. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, think real hard before you decide to do this for a living.
Ah! What'd you do that for? Just to do it?
Y'all see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yep, stand right here.
We don't eat.
I guess you don't. I can't say that I do.
You ever heard
At
so
least.
caught up in you?
Caught up what?
So caught up in you? Caught up in you?
Probably.
Little
I
girl?
probably can't stand it.
Man, really?
Hum it.
So caught up in you, little girl.
Oh yeah.
And I
Yeah,
wanna-
that one right there.
What?
Oh, evil. That
Really?
makes me ill.
Really?
So caught up in you.
Yeah, really?
Damn.
Boy, that's...
What, you want to move it low like that or what?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just worried about this 38 special deal we're
Well, you don't
talking
even
about.
worry about that. You can't change that one.
Come on, actually it'll hurt.
I don't care.
About 38
I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care.
I mean, that's like...
Not that song. I mean, show me another one. But that song right there can
That's
die in the
almost-
heat of the road from the desert for all I care.
But that's almost like not liking Led Zeppelin.
I like Led Zeppelin. Big E don't like Led Zeppelin.
I do like Led Zeppelin.
Big E.
Big E don't like Led
Yeah, why
Zeppelin?
don't you give him hell next time he comes?
I will.
He can't stand Robert Plant's voice.
Well, I mean, that's understandable. Not for everybody.
Man.
I thought it was good voice.
And it's probably the same reason why I can't stand Axl Rose's voice.
No, I hate them Guns N' Roses.
I do not care. I don't care. I do not care for them.
There's
don't
a few little riffs and stuff that I like
Slash
in
is
some
cool.
of the songs.
Slash is
But
cool.
if you want to get down to the nitty gritty,
I don't like
they're pretty shitty.
What do you want to do?
Oh, Rooster Brown. You might have to get good. Hello? Hello?
It's just not working out, man. Oh.
So call me something, little girl.
No, so caught up in you.
Oh, I don't even know the words. I thought it was so call me.
I never wanna get myself free. So caught up in you. What?
Beating with the pipe the man who uttered the words.
Really? God.
With the heaviest thing I could find.
Not even that good. There's so many tasty guitar licks.
Down and down.
Don't ever have to ask me twice. Oh no.
I'm going to try to squeeze her in here. Might be a little hectic. Yeah, just come down. We only got about an inch to come out right there. Mom, let's work on that for a second.
Well, up there, you're hitting the back. Oh, shit.
Well,
Oh,
Get off the bar. There you go, dude. There's what. There's what.
all right, now. Back.
Yeah.
Come on.
You got it?
I think so. Oh, yeah, I got them out. I just
All right, ready?
yeah. All right. Don't have to go up again.
I know. I was thinking we were ready.
That's what you gotta do.
Ready?
I think so, yeah. Is that close set?
That's close.
All right, we got it in there. Okay. Now, we got to get it in the transmission.
Okay. So, I got all eyes good on the machine.
Motor's got to come down.
Yeah, it's got to come down and it's got to go over a little bit. And it'll be peachy.
Go back.
Go backwards. Forever.
oh yeah, you're in it. You're in it. That's
All right,
it.
Now, get a bolt in that one, maybe.
Hold, give me a bolt. Yeah, boy.
Got her in, but my goodness. And it did go a little better than I thought.
All right. We've got the motor over in the van. It actually went a little better than I thought it was. It's so tight getting it in there. I'm still on the fence on what's easier to drop it out the bottom or go through the front. If can figure out a better way. The reason that I don't know if we even said it, the reason we jacked the front end up is because when the cherry picker goes in, if it's on the ground, the cherry picker's down at an angle like this, so it hits here and it won't go up. So if you raise the van up, it gives it more of a straight inline shot in there to it. And we need to figure out a way where we can shorten that chain and get it as close to the engine as we can to lift it up, so you can have as much room, you know, here, space to lift it up, because you have to lift it up so high for the oil pan to clear the cross member here, and then to clear here where the bumper goes. So we will, you know, I don't want us to do a lot more engine swaps, but if we do, we may come up with a better system than that. But with us doing mostly four-wheel drive stuff, if we do an engine swap that has to be four-wheel drive, we will definitely go through the bottom, because we've got to drop all that out, and it's eliminated anyway. So we'll definitely, on anything we do four-wheel drive, if an engine swap, it'll all of those will come out the bottom, so it won't be an issue there. But this was just something to get this one going for the time being until we can do the conversion on it. So I'm gonna stay down here. The boys are Hyven's getting some wood cut up for them. It's getting cold on us, so he's getting some wood cut up. Seth's got some music stuff and some art stuff to do, so I'm gonna stay down here and just take my time and start putting stuff back together. We'll probably have it running tomorrow, maybe be able to test drive it down the road. And the gears for Gray Matter should be here tomorrow afternoon, so if nothing goes wrong, I don't see why we wouldn't have this thing running by lunchtime tomorrow. So, and if the gears come in tomorrow afternoon, that'll work out good. So if everything goes right, that's the plan anyway. That's what we're gonna shoot for. I'm a little tired, but I'm gonna keep on pushing.
Any advice for people that have not swapped a throttle body motor before, or, you know, only fooled with carburetors and now are tackling a throttle body computer censored motor?
Stay home and don't do it.
Stay home and don't do it.
No, it's really, I just, within probably the last 5 or 6 years, started fooling with fuel injection. And the reason why, I was real old school, and it scared me because I didn't know anything about it. I didn't understand the computer and the sensors and all, but once I did the first conversion on a Jeep, was a throttle body motor. It was a lot more simple than I thought. It's not many sensors at all. It's a lot more intimidating looking at it than what it really actually is. So don't be afraid to try it. It's pretty much plug and play. These once you unplug this harness and everything, you almost can't plug them in the wrong spot. The harness is made to go where it's, you know, it's the length of it's going to put it right where it needs to be, and you can't.
And no plugs are the same.
No,
so
not
you
really.
can't
Yeah,
plug one plug into another.
So it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple, and the throttle body is, you know, everybody says it's not the most efficient or give you the most power, but it's the simplest, and I would say probably most trouble-free out there. So yeah, don't be scared of it. We put, matter of fact, Seth's 70 GMC pickup, we did a throttle body swap on that. His truck's got a throttle body motor in it, and it was we just bought a plug and play harness and put it in there. You know, when you've already got the stuff there, it's no problem. If you're going to do a swap yourself, you got to run. The biggest thing is working out the fuel system, because you've got to run a return line back to a tank, and on an older vehicle there's no return line, so you have to put a return line in the tank and for the fuel system. And then a lot of times, depending on throttle body, is crucial, because the fuel pressure for throttle body is not that bad, so you don't have to worry a whole lot about. There's some rubber fuel injection line you can use and the right clamps, but you get into you know, a LS or tune port injection or multi-port injection, the pressure, the fuel pressure is a lot higher, so you got to pay a lot more attention to the fuel system so you don't have a line blow off. But I would say if there's any advice, if you want to do it, tackle it. You just don't be afraid. Once you get into it, you'll find out it's probably simpler than what you thought it was.
See, we're rolling.
I'm up under here bolting the torque converter up now. There's a pretty good gap between the flex plate and the torque converter, which is probably fine. They'll have a little bit of gap, but this one is a little more than what I really like. So I'm gonna put a washer in between the flex plate and the torque converter to take up a little bit of that gap so it doesn't pull the torque converter too far out of the pump. Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's maybe not even anything that's necessary, but I'm gonna do it. So that's what I'm doing now. Bolting the torque converter up, and once I get through doing that, I'm going to bolt up the starter, or not bolt the starter up, but wire the starter, and I think we're at a point where we can at least try to fire it up and just see if it's going to run before we go any further. I don't want to I always like to get to a point where I can check it out before I go too far, because you know, if you have to take something back out, you don't want to. We'll take back out as little as possible. So that's what I'm doing now. Once I get through doing that, we'll I think I've got all the wiring hooked up to the engine, so I think once we get the starter wired up, get this torque converter bolted up, we should be able to fire it up. And I'm going to put another thing too, if you do that and you don't have the radiator in, you've got an automatic transmission, make sure you put a piece of hose between your lines that go up into your cooler on your radiator, because if you don't, as soon as you crank it up on that pump and the torque converter turns, it's going to spit fluid out. So just remember to do that. We got everything, I think everything is hooked up enough just to fire it up and see if it runs. Still got to button up, tighten up some of the stuff up under it. But anyway, I wanted to make sure it would crank. I think I've got everything hooked up. I'm going to turn the switch on and make sure there's no leaks for the fuel injection, and I guess we'll hit the switch and see what happens. We'll see. Too long. That's exactly what I wanted to find out. I just want to make sure it ran. Everything seems to be okay. I don't know who did that. Yeah, oil pressure works. Everything's got good oil pressure. So we'll go to the next phase. We'll get the radiator in it, mounted up, and then we'll fill it up full of water, push it out and let it run and get up to operating temperature and make sure that everything works fine there. We don't have any leaks, and if everything checks out then we'll put it all back together and start driving it. Put the bottom radiator hose on.
Oh yeah, well, there's that. Shoot.
But don't worry. It will let you know if you didn't.
heater hose on the back of the intake that's leaking.
I didn't put the I didn't. Sure did. I forgot. That was on the list. Didn't have it.
All right. Third time's a charm.
No, see, there you go, boys and girls. That's why you don't put antifreeze in.
You wouldn't want to waste all your antifreeze. You know, those things don't leak when they got a good hose pipe on them.
Not a service engine light on it.
Nah, you good?
What is it? Alternating light?
This reading 12.
Got everything back together on it. It all went together pretty good. The only thing we got left to do in the morning, we didn't have the right size exhaust pipe to put the section in where we cut the converter out. So we'll get a piece of exhaust pipe in the morning, weld that in there, and we should be able to start driving it. I think it's seems to be pretty good. The motor runs real good. I think it's going to be okay. We're going to do some shakedown runs on it and drive it while we got some other things to do too, but we'll use it for going to lunch. We got to go down to Buddy Tim's tomorrow, so we'll probably drive it down there and hope it don't let us down. Y'all staying clear?
Oh.
We're welding in the pipe where we cut the converter out.
Okay. Crank that thing up one time.
Anything needs to be in life, boys.
That actually don't sound too
That's
bad.
how you know you're.
That's how you know what?
Nothing.
Was that a crack at my
That's how you know you're a good mechanic.
A little crack at my age here, huh, Hoff?
Oh, it was a crack. Of dawn. That was just the. That was the winds of change speaking.
That's what that was.
My dad, he won't put nothing on. He won't put nothing on loud. Nothing.
It's all.
It's all. Well, I'm gonna put a nice quiet exhaust on. Be real nice. Go down the road. Kids run. I don't get it. But
And then there's me. Yeah. What do y'all like? Do you like super cool, super loud, looking cool and fly all the time,
Maddest
or
of all nasties? Or do you like go down there real quiet? Everybody's here. Go down there real quiet, get you something to eat. Go down there, get something to watch.
y'all let us know which one y'all like better? You ain't gonna take one tool?
I'm not taking a tool.
No, that would be
No, let me tell you what.
that would be planning for a
We're
breakdown.
not taking a tool. We're taking a chance.
taking a chance.
Yeah.
Alright, we are pulling out of the driveway on the very first run. We're not even going to road test it down the road. We're going straight to Burlington to our buddy Tim's. So,
Which is how many minutes away? Because that means nothing.
it's about a 40-minute drive.
40 minutes?
So,
First shakedown.
First trip's going to be a 40-minute drive. But think about it, we are going to stop by AutoZone and get a bottle of Lucas transmission stuff to put in here. Because it's about a quart low, and I always like to add a bottle of that. It's some good stuff. So.
Well, that's gotta be really good. Oh my gracious sakes alive. Oh, I got it.
Oh, you got it good.
Goodness, though.
Was it on there?
Lucas,
I guess they just don't want it coming out.
We just had a big surge of people opening them things and stealing this.
I know.
Ain't that ridiculous?
I hurt my thumb.
Did you get all the fluid in it, or did you finally just say, that's enough fluid, we're going?
Yeah, I think I got enough.
Okay, cool. I tell you what, you might ought to rename this thing Squeaky.
Squeaky.
Because the brakes squeak, there's other components squeaking,
Yeah, it's
the doors are squeaking.
it might be an interesting trip down the fall, huh?
For you.
For you!
I think the beat was right. It's beating the crap out of it. Why do they call I never mind. Oh my god.
Here we go. Oh! Oh! My toolbox!
That was the back glass. You brought tools?
I
You
brought,
lied.
whoa. Back up. I didn't bring tools for this. I brought tools in case we see something down there we need to take off. The only reason.
Whoa!
Oops.
Don't let that 350/Chevy get away from you.
She almost come around on the sticks. You feel it? Yeah, I feel it. I saw your neck snap back.
Oh, yeah.
See?
What do you call that? Inertia?
That's what you call breakneck speed.
Is that bad, huh?
Man, riding just here, it just whoops my rear.
Head on back to the homestead.
God, my eyes are watered like crazy.
There's some sort of clunking and bunking.
Is it coming from the back or the front?
I don't know. You probably knocked something loose when you crossed up on them railroad tracks.
Well, you know it. You jumped sideways when you got there. Like you got away from it. I'd probably did something then. We made it down to Burlington and back. Talked to Tim for a little while. It did good. The motor ran perfect. Couldn't ask for it to run any better. The transmission, it's got a little whine in it. I don't know. We're gonna have to do some investigating on that, and we definitely need brakes on the front. They're squealing real bad, but brakes are no big deal. Transmission has me a little worried, and it's I don't understand it. It is a brand new transmission. It's a remanufactured transmission in it, and it's brand new. You can tell it's new, but it's whining pretty good. So we're gonna check it out and see what that is, and find out if it's a quick fix or not. But as far as the motor goes, the motor runs perfect. It's got plenty of power, does good, so we're happy with that. It seems like it may have a little bit of vacuum leak. We'll trace it down and fix it, but I think other than that, we're happy with it. What do y'all think?
I'm cool with it. I don't know. Can you think of a way to wrap up this video?
Well, we'll see how much power she's got.
All right.
You mean to tell me you think it just started in the 1970s?
Not kung fu fighting, but
Everybody, no. But that's not the first time. Just think about it. A couple thousand years ago. Walk outside. Everybody is kung fu fighting. And also they're fast as lightning, my goodness. Like I'm talking about a whole battle going on. You just fixed yourself some good
lobster.
ready to get down with it. And you walk outside and everybody, that's where that came from. The guys in the 70s was like, remember when everybody was kung fu fighting and everybody was fast as lightning? Everybody's like, I don't, but that's a good song. There you go.
Well, maybe that.
But anyway, what was we talking about?
We're talking about transmission fluid.
Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. Don't do that. You can't use your Jedi mind tricks on me.